like they don't have any dates for this year. June and then August. And then July. So maybe they're just hanging out and doing how they don't have
So, the grip that I'm trying to get, I go right here, I'm trying to grab the seam on the far shoulder, and I kind of lift it up towards ear level so that my forearm's going perpendicular, or just going directly across his head. I try and sink my elbow onto the ear on this side. The only way you can really escape from this is to sort of duck out the underneath. So I just kind of try and hide my elbow a little bit here like this. You see how he has some give so I can come down a little bit on that side. I'm trying to get as high up on the head as possible so that I have the most leverage on break his posture. A lot of guys grip back here, if he can still look up, yeah, he's going to start working his posture. So he goes up, breaks posture, it's like, all right, now I'm fighting that. But if I come over to here and I just tear down his head like this, there's no way he's breaking posture. So he can try to break posture here, and I still have no problem. So now the other thing is, a lot of people when you're first doing the arm bar, they grip here, right? They come over and then they start to push the chin away and they go here, but this is more problematic in Nogi where you come over here, even if you keep your leg tight, some guys can just pull their arm right out, boom, like that, right? But that's because he's able to posture out, pull away too fast. But if I have this grip the whole time, I have the arm bar grip and I'm coming around, right? I have everything under control and tight right here, and I just let his head pop out when I want. Boom, like that. So I never let that grip go the whole time. Boom. So the other thing too when I'm doing the pendulum sweep, I square up. Sometimes you come up here, well, people end up sitting out a little bit to this side. And when I'm trying to do that and sweeping, now I have to do the lift and then the drop. And I only want to do the drop part. So I just try and keep him tight right here and shift that under on it. That rotates his shoulders actually, that's even better. So then I do actually do the sweep, I'm just dropping him. When I'm doing the sweep itself, I'm trying not to use the inside of my thigh at all. I don't want to do torsional motion like that with my groin muscles and ab muscles. Right? What I want to do, and I want his weight up on me. If his weight's down, that's like a long torsional spring, and when you turn the upper end, you don't have as much control of the lower end. So I keep my legs tight, I pull everything up, and I use that, as he's coming up, I use that to free my hips, and turn this way, so that my heel is pointing in the direction I want. So it's up, back, back. Similar position of our hips when we're going for the arm bar. When I come up, I don't want to be shrimping really out to the side, because when I do, I'm going to have to come over my head more, and I'm going to be getting stacked more. I also don't want to push out when I'm doing it to make room to get over, because then my hips are going to be turned too much and it collapse down. Well, I just want to keep my hips centered under him and pointed directly at him, so that when I clear right here, I have a nice strong frame. He can't push into me. I'm not too far this way. I'm not collapsed to the side. That's how I like to work that. The one escape when I'm coming in here and I'm grabbing that seam and I tear him down, sometimes he realizes he can't pull his head up and his whole body starts going backwards a little bit. And that, as he's moving down, it's not the best time for the pendulum sweep anymore, but he's really got his shoulder in range for me just to come over the top and close it like that. It's not a triangle, but he's very open for the wrist lock right here. Or at this point, I just have a lot of control over his body to finish with the pendulum sweep. When I do the wrist lock, I'm always trying to pull in a direction perpendicular to his hand, like this. But, so I don't just try and collapse it straight down and hope it breaks. But when I pull this way, I have to start this way and then finish this way. But as I'm starting, can see that that's going to make a lot of motion in his forearm. So what I like to do is come over here with this hand, like this. That sort of braces his forearm in place, and it also helps add some strength for me to pull. So I can work on keeping my direction always perpendicular to his wrist. Boom. Step here. The other thing about this pendulum sweep is, since I'm keeping him very tight to me, we're like two stars like rotating around each other. When you're tight, you rotate a lot faster and easier. Similar to if you're spinning on a stool, if you bring your arms and legs in, you're going to spin faster. So by having him tight to me, both our masses are closer to the center, which is the axis of rotation, and we're going to just spin faster.